both the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Nebraska Cornhuskers rode that struggle bus to victories over FCS teams from the Dakotas. Who should be concerned more? Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell to stay notified. If you love, like me, if you love the B1G, this right here is the place to be. Oof, Iowa, and a little less oof for Nebraska this weekend against FCS teams. I'm going to preface this by saying Iowa played a better FCS team in South Dakota State than Nebraska did against North Dakota, but I think Iowa should be more concerned. Let's break it down. Okay, currently Iowa's a little bit short-handed on offense. You got some new guys on that offensive line that haven't played together, right? And, you know, I'm looking at Nico Reganey not being in the lineup. They're losing Charlie Jones and Tyrone Tracy to Purdue in the transfer portal. And I look at the Iowa Hawkeyes and I'm like, you know, if Nico Reganey comes back, just how much better is their offense going to be? If I got both of those running backs back there, if I've got both running backs of the law firm back there at running back, how much better is this offense going to be? I'm watching Iowa and South Dakota State, and I'm seeing egregious overthrows. I'm seeing egregious inaccuracies on the part of Spencer Petras. And I look around at this Iowa offense and I don't see a lot of positives. Where on the other side of the coin, I look at Nebraska and I see a guy like Anthony Grant who exploded late in that game and overall had a fantastic game against the University of North Dakota. I see a Nebraska team that's trying to get it all together. I see a Husker team that might seem a little bit out of sync right now because there's a lot of new people, a lot of moving parts. You got Frost, you got Whipple. Who's calling the plays in the first half? Who's calling the plays in the second half? I'm more concerned for the Iowa Hawkeyes because, man, if you put a lot of pressure on that defense and this offense is consistently getting 3 and outs or not holding onto the football for very long, you're going to wear down that defense really quick. You know, that season that Iowa had turning the football over last season was, I called them, they were the unicorn of college football. And once that the pace kind of slowed after middle of the season, after that big Penn State win, Iowa, they lost a few games and they weren't as good later on in the season. When I look at Nebraska, I see a team that, man, if they can gel together with their pieces, I see bright spots. I see Anthony Grant. I see Casey Thompson at times can be really good. They have plenty of weaknesses. That offensive line is a big-time weakness in Lincoln right now. And I'm not sure, if I'm a Nebraska fan, I'm not sure if that offensive line is going to get that much better as the year progresses. The same could maybe be said for the Iowa Hawkeyes. But man, I look at Iowa and look, you beat South Dakota State 7-3. Your offense put up a grand total of 3 points. You're going to be facing a lot better defenses than the Jackrabbits this season. Iowa State, you play your rival this week. It starts with that game. Iowa's got to set the tone, man, because if they continue to go backwards and if they continue to regress offensively, it's going to be extremely difficult. Look, I get it. They have a great defense, but you cannot continually put that much pressure on your defense. Eventually, they're going to break a little bit. And I believe, I am a firm supporter of that Iowa defense. I think the Hawkeyes will have the best defense in the Big Ten. They could have a top 5, top 10 defense in the country if their offense helps them out. If their offense keeps them off the field, gives them a breath every now and then, instead of going on the field every 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm more concerned about the Iowa Hawkeyes. Nebraska seems like a team that they could get things together, right? If Georgia Southern goes their way. Who knows about Oklahoma? Indiana and Rutgers, they should beat those teams. Then when they get to the back half of the schedule where things heat up, maybe by then they'll be in rhythm and they'll all be on the same page. You know, you had to expect this for Nebraska because so many new people, so many moving parts. You can't just throw them in spring ball and fall camp and all of a sudden expect that they're going to be meshing together. I thought the combination of Marcus Washington and Casey Thompson would be very good since they played together in the past, but there's a lot of other parts of obviously the coaching staff and play calling is a concern right now, but I think optimistically Nebraska could get this figured out by the time their schedule gets a lot tougher. Who do you think is going to have let me put it this way. Who are you more concerned about, Iowa or Nebraska after their close calls against FCS opponents? Leave your thoughts, comments below. Make sure you subscribe to Big Ten Ted. I'm Big Ten Ted, and we will see you in the next one.